Hey guys, it's Luke again, and welcome back to yet another Ninjago video on the channel today. Now, after that little Ninjago rundown that I did for months before the Kappa rundown, I'm sort of sacked dry of Ninjago content. I'm sacked dry because until season 12 comes, which I heard multiple sayings, I don't think it's January 3rd. I think it's too early for that. Uh, we're gonna have to wait until the U.S. fully airs season 11, which it won't end until like February, like maybe January. I heard January 28th, so you're gonna have to wait till the end of this month before you're probably gonna get something season 12 related, so that the world doesn't fall behind. But this is not going to be a season 12 speculation theory. But as I said, I'm kind of sapped dry. So this may be one of the last Ninjago videos you might see of the channel for a while until season 12 comes. But my friend DailyRoLord made a video on the connections between Ninjago and Star Wars. So this is sort of inspired from that. And I do see the connections that he has made. But I also, when I thought about it a bit more, Ninjago also has connections to one of my favorite gaming series of all time, Call of Duty. Now, I'm going to tell you the comparisons, the connections between Ninjago and Call of Duty. Alright, so the first connection is that they both have stealth missions. If you don't know what a stealth mission is, it's this mission where you can't make a sound. You can't make a peep. Beep. Sorry, I had to do that. You can't make noise. You have to stay in the shadows. You know what I mean? And the Ninjago, the ninja do it pretty much all the time. And in multiple Call of Duty games, there are stealth missions. The most famous of which is the first one that I thought of, is All Gillied Up from Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, which involves you in a ghillie suit trying to snipe a bunch of people in order to get to the real villain of the series, Imran Zakayev. Oh, and if you haven't played any of the Call of Duty games, I forgot to tell you, there will be spoilers for the Call of Duty games. So you haven't played any of the campaigns, don't click on this video. So I forgot to say that. Sorry. Now, both of them have compelling villains. Ninjago has had very good villains such as Garmadon, Pythor, the Overlord, Mora, Nauticon, Harumi, even though I don't really care for her as a character. And more. Call of Duty has some great villains as well, like Nikita Dragovich, Imran Zakayev, Vladimir Makarov, Raul Menendez, Jonathan Irons, and many more. All of them were pretty good, in my opinion, when I played the campaigns. And when you take them down, oh boy, does it feel so good. And the same thing goes when you see the ninja finally beat the villain once and for all. Now, this one Call of Duty has done more of since it's lasted longer. But both Ninjago and Call of Duty have had heroic sacrifices, where one of the heroes sacrifices himself to save or dies during battle. For Ninjago, it was Zane, obviously. We had Zane and Garmadon, who sacrificed their lives, even though Garmadon did die immediately on impact, and neither did Zane. But the only real difference here is that the Ninjago the characters in Ninjago who sacrifice themselves usually come back in any way, shape, or form. But with Call of Duty, they're dead. They're dead. Now, some of them are optional, most of the time in Black Ops 2, you can actually kill Alex Mason by headshotting him with the sniper rifle in the mission Suffer With Me. And this what sacrifices has to be done no matter what side matter what action you do, and that is Jason Hudson in the same mission, as I said, Suffer With Me. He will get killed even if you do not kill Alex Mason. And this is another optional one, and there's the choice you can kill your compadre Harper as a sacrifice, and there's also the sacrifice of killing the mole when Raul Menendez's side, Farid, if you decide to shoot Menendez instead of shooting Harper. Now, there's also the most there's also John McTavish in Modern Warfare 3 when he dies and to set up the final act of Modern Warfare 3 to finish off the original trilogy. And then there's arguably the most famous Call of Duty sacrifices of them all, and it wasn't really a sacrifice, it was more of a betrayal sacrifice. Simon Ghost Radley and Roach Sanderson, I think that was the name, Roach Sanderson, where they are both betrayed by General Shepard in Modern Warfare 2, with Roach actually being alive because he only gets shot in the stomach, but with Ghost, he's dead. So, there's that. Now, this one is kind of fairly obvious. Both of them have weapons. I'll keep this short and sweet. We have the classic ninja-style weapons, and then the Call of Duty has guns. And sometimes it has swords, sometimes it has knives. This is for the Call of Duty. And they also have cars and stuff like that that they can use as weapons. So, yeah, this is a short and sweet entry. Now, this one is just a weird connection that I saw. It's just they happen to fit in the same sort of dynamic. But both had a technology theme in the same year. Rebooted in 2014 and Advanced Warfare for Call of Duty in 2014. They both had that technology theme, even though technology themes were first brought up, I think, in Black Ops 2, when it was in 2025, and holy shit, it's only 5 years till 2025. So, yeah. Now, as I mentioned with heroic sacrifices, likable characters. We have likable protagonists. We have the main ninja for our likable protagonist. You have likable protagonists in Call of Duty. Alex Mason, Frank Woods, Captain John Price, John McTavish, Jack Mitchell, Simon Ghost Riley, Roach Sanderson, Yuri. I'm trying to think of more, to be honest. Jason Hudson, Gideon, Ilona, and many, many more. Harper, Section, David Section Mason. A lot of them. We have a lot of them. Now, the only real difference with this is that the Ninjago's protagonists are the same, whereas Call of Duty's change up every now and then, because the games, unless you have the games in a specific order, then it's going to be something different probably each and every time. And this is another one with villains that I've saw. Both Call of Duty and Ninjago have had a time where the villain tries to attempt to turn one of the protagonists against their own. With Ninjago, Chen tries to turn Kai against Lloyd, and with Call of Duty in Black Ops, Dragovich tries to brainwash Alex Mason into killing President Kennedy, even though he ultimately is sabotaged by a victim of his. Alright, here's another one. Both have massive, massive twists. For Ninjago, we had Zane being a robot, Harumi being the quiet one, Jay being adopted. Those were very, very good plot twists. And if anyone in the comments says, oh, what about Skylar being the spy? I'll say, no, that was a pretty bad twist because I saw it from miles away. So, don't comment that. Don't comment. For Call of Duty, we had one of the best plot twists in the games, which was the victim that I told you that Dragovich supposedly, sabotaged Dragovich? Well, he was never with you. He was just a figment of your imagination while he really was dead for 5 years. There's also the plot twist of Yuri somehow knowing Makarov. Then there was the classic whole good guy is head of the good guys is actually the head of the bad guys cliche, which originated via Star Wars. So yeah, that's more of a connection between Call of Duty and Star Wars, but you know what I mean. Now this one's gonna be short and sweet, but great acting most of the time. Anyway, we had good actors for Ninjago: Brent Miller, Vincent Tong, Michael Adam Foy, Kirby Morrow, those guys. Sam Vincent, Scott McNeil, Mark Oliver. I could name more. With Call of Duty, we have Sam Worthington. Who was the guy that did Victor Reznov? Sorry. Kevin Spacey, even though he's very controversial right now. The guy that does Victor Reznov, I completely forgot his name. Gary Oldman. That was it. Gary Oldman. I can't really remember much. I don't really pay attention to the actors that much in Call of Duty. I'm sorry. Yeah, this is just another one that I thought of. Very good fight scenes. So we had for Call of Duty, you just shoot your way through bunch of enemies, and then we have Ninjago with very good fight scenes throughout the years. And both have lasted quite a long time. Ninjago is coming up on its 9th year. 9 years. I will definitely do a video on Ninjago lasting 9 years. I'll definitely do that. And then we have Call of Duty, which has lasted pretty much almost as long as I've been alive, around 16, 17 years. With the first game being launched in 2003. I was barely older than the first Call of Duty game. Can you imagine that? But that's about it. That is all the connections I could come up with for Ninjago and Call of Duty. Now, do you think that they are pretty close to one another? I would say something like Call of Duty is something like a more intense version of Ninjago, I can't say that. I would say Ninjago sort of PG-fied version of Call of Duty, which that's not a bad thing, I guess. That's not a bad thing. And it interprets it in an all-new style. So hopefully you guys can agree with me in the comments, and if you disagree with me, that is totally okay. Just don't death threat me, and you'll be okay. But anyway, hope you guys like this video. Give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to this channel by clicking on that red subscribe button. And click on the notification bell to see every video that I will upload. And see all you folks in the next video. Bye-bye.